Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how super quick and easy it is to install SuperATV's quick reverse gated shifter on this Polaris RZR Turbo. So let's jump right in, and the first thing we're going to do is remove our seats. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and apologize for how dirty this machine is. This is one of the machines we use the most for testing, and you know we have to do the testing so we can make sure that we have quality products for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to remove this T40 screw here, as well as one on the opposite side. These two push pins back here in the rear. There'll be a push pin here, and then one on the opposite side, and then a T40 right here. So once we have all our hardware removed, we're just going to go ahead and remove our console. Just be able to pick right up on it. Slide it right out. And we'll go ahead and we'll set our console aside. So now that we have our console removed, we're going to come in here and we're going to go ahead and remove the cap off of our shifter. And just take a flathead screwdriver. Now we're going to go ahead and remove our T20 out of here. Once you have it removed, you should be able to just grab your handle and remove it. Then we can grab our boot and the lower portion here. We won't be reusing that. Let's grab the boot, slide it right off. We'll set it aside. We're going to go ahead and remove the snap ring off of this side right here on our shifter. We're going to put the shifter in low, so all the way down, and then one forward. That's low. So we'll leave it in low. These clips, you just got to kind of pry up on them and peel them off. And then take all the hardware off of this. You'll want to keep every piece of it. The bushing, everything in the linkage. You want to make sure that you keep track of it. I like to just go ahead and remove all of it. Makes it just easier. Not to worry about losing it. And then we'll come right here to this clip, take a screwdriver and just kind of pop it off there, just like that. Just slide the shifter off, remove this bushing, keep it all together. And make sure you keep track of everything. And then what you're going to want to do is go ahead and drill these two holes out right here to fit an 8mm bolt. So after we have our holes drilled on the top and bottom all the way through, we're going to go ahead and grab our striker and install it like this. If you don't have your holes drilled yet, you'll use your striker to align the two holes like this. You'll just let the striker lay all the way down. It actually has a cutout, so it'll lay on the frame rail here. So once we've done that, we're going to go over here to the opposite side. We're going to grab our M8 by 50mm bolt, as well as our M8 by 35. By 35 is going to go on top. It will thread directly into the striker. The M8 by 50 will go on the bottom, and it'll go all the way through. And you'll put the provided M8 nut on the back side. And you want to make sure that your adjuster here is going towards the front of the machine. Once you have both your bolts started, go ahead and fully tighten the hardware on the top and bottom. So next we're going to go ahead and grab our shifter, and we'll grab our retaining ring and our two bushings. Then we'll go ahead and remove the adjustment screw here. And we'll take each bushing, we'll put a bushing in on this side. We'll just go right in by hand without any issue. And we'll take a bushing and put it in on this side as well. Just like that, so the bushings will go together. We'll just take it, and with the threaded nut portion going towards the outside, slide our shifter right onto the striker. May have to wiggle it around a little bit. to get it to fully seat. Go ahead and take our adjustment nut. We already have our short screws installed. These will be the set screws. That's going to hold the lock nut into place. We went ahead and applied the provided blue Loctite. So we'll just thread this in here like this. You'll also want to tighten this up until you get it adjusted to where it feels good. That feels pretty good to me. My pins are lining up good. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up all of my set screws here. Again, you want to make sure that there's Loctite on each of them. We'll take our snap ring, our snap ring pliers. Go ahead and get that snap ring into place on the groove. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that we put our shifter in this position right here, up against this stop. And we're going to line up our linkage. We're going to double check to make sure our transmission is in low. So one way to tell for sure. Make sure your shifter is all the way forward, and then one click back. Then we'll go ahead and grab our factory shifter and remove this for our shift linkage off. Just remove the hardware, we'll remove it. And we'll come down here and we'll line it up. You can use any of the 3 holes for your linkage. We're going to use this farthest forward hole on our machine. So we'll go ahead and just start the nut and get the hardware tightened back up here. Make sure you get that nice and tight. And we'll take our linkage. We'll slide it on. But first we'll want to make sure that we take our bushing. Slide it into the linkage like that. So once we have our shifter all adjusted, make sure that goes into all the gears right. Right there's reverse. That's park. Reverse, neutral, low, high, low, neutral, reverse, park. We're going to go ahead and go to the linkage, and we'll take our washer, slide it onto the stud, and we'll take our wave clip, install it just like that. So it looks like our reverse stop is in the right place. We're not going to have to make any adjustments to it. There's neutral, low, high. Looks like everything's adjusted properly there. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the screw out of our handle here. Just go ahead and remove the handle. As well as the set screw and the spring. Just go ahead and remove the set screw. And then this will just unthread. Completely. And you can remove this clip too if you'd like. Just going to make it easier to get your boot back on. Then what we're going to do is go ahead and install our boot. Before we do that, we're going to clean our boot up a little bit. And we're going to get some lubricant and we're going to put it down here. So that way it slides down over the handle, just like that, easy enough. Then we'll go ahead, start reinstalling our handle. First thing we'll do is take this clip, pop it on, just like that. Take this portion, slide it down, like that. We'll take our spring, reinstall it, the top portion of our shifter here. Grab our screw. And then you can adjust the lower portion to pretty much wherever you want it to be, whatever feels best. If you want a little less distance, you can do that. You just want to make sure that you set it up so parks all the way forward, then reverse, neutral, low, then high, obviously. And then we're going to grab this screw right here. It's going to keep it from spinning. And I recommend that you go ahead and throw a dab of Loctite on it, just because it's not going to hurt anything. We'll go ahead and just reinstall it right where it came from. So once you have all your hardware tight, you're just going to go through, double check everything, make sure your shifter's functioning properly. You know, if it's not adjusted properly, it can cause some issues. For example, if it's, you know, halfway in between a gear and you go to get down on it, you know, it's going to cause the transmission not to be fully in gear. Everybody's felt that feeling before and we don't like it. So, you know, make sure everything's adjusted. Test it out. You know, obviously just be real easy. Make sure it's engaging before you go riding it. And then you'll just want to reinstall your seats and your center console. And there you have it. That's how super quick and easy it is to install SuperATV's quick reverse gated shifter on this Polaris RZR. For more information on this gated shifter or any of SuperATV's great products, feel free to give us a call at 855-743-3427 or check us out online at superatv.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.